This computer. Okay. In yesterday's session, you can see that we have created data frames. Okay. So what is data frame? Data frame is a similar kind of stuff that I mentioned. It's similar kind of stuff as a tabular structure, relational database, whatever we have covered in SQL side. Okay. So you're converting the data in a specific format, that is data frame. Why we are doing this thing? Because this is very much helpful to manipulate the data or doing any operations. If we just transform the data in relational database format, then the transformation should be very much easy. Okay. So yesterday we have learned how to create data frames. So we have learned in three different ways. First one is we have created data frame on top of dictionary. We have created data frame on top of list by using, how to do that? We have used pandas. So pandas dot create data frame, pandas dot data frame. This was the command, and we are passing the list within the parameter. That thing we have covered yesterday. Even at the last of the session, we have done this thing. Pandas. After importing pandas, we can do, suppose df equal to pd dot read csv. So from a CSV file, we are able to read that particular data frame. So similar kind of stuffs are available. If you just put pd dot, you can see there are read Excel. Okay. So all the same thing should be there. Just you need to pass the Excel path. The path over here, we are doing this path over here. But when you are in a project, you are in a live project, then you might have seen that the particular Excel is being stored in somewhere in the same network, but in different server. Maybe it's a Windows server. So you need to point this path over there. The particular thing should be hosted in cloud, or that can be in S3 bucket, or that can be in Azure Blob Storage or anything. So you can put that external storage specific location over here, and our system can read it. Okay. So just this difference should be there. In our local, we are putting our local system path, but when it should be the project will be working, you can see the cloud path should be there. Okay. One more thing should be added for Excel. I think you can remember there may be specific sheet name, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. So after putting all the path name over here, you just need to put a comma and put the parameter of sheet name. Yeah, it's present over here. And put the sheet name over here. So first parameter should be the path, and second parameter should be sheet name if they are having multiple sheets in a particular Excel file. Okay, it's not only Excel. We can read the data from any JSON file. Just put read underscore. We have JSON. Yes, we have Avro. Uh, lots of things are there. We have HDF, everything, Feather, Clipboard. There are various file systems are available. So based on that, pandas have been designed to incorporate the data from different source system. Okay, there are Parquet files, Pickle files. Okay, now we'll be covering one more thing. We'll be creating data frame from an external database. Okay, so this is the last example I'll be giving to you to create a data frame from a table that is being stored in a database. Okay, so if you can remember few weeks earlier, we are covering that the particular MySQL database. I think you can remember this thing. Okay, let me close this thing. This was our instance, local instance. So I'm just logging in over here. You can just remember the localhost 3306. Localhost means the server is localhost. It's my system. The username is root, and the particular port is 3306. Over here, I'm logging in with proper password. and I can get into the database. Over there, this is our specific database or schema that we are working, and we have created these many tables while learning the SQL stuffs. Okay. So now what I'll be doing, I'll be taking one of the table from here and I'll be converting the same in the Python data frame. Okay. So for this thing, the first approach should be, yes, this is our second topic. Create data frame from MySQL database. Okay. So for this thing, we need to install a new package that is called SQL Alchemy. Okay. So from SQL Alchemy, we need to import this class create engine. So just install the same thing, whatever I have mentioned in the previous day. Just go to there in Python interpreter, put plus button and just type it SQL Alchemy and install it. Okay. Just give me 1 second. So after installing, just import the statement from SQL Alchemy. Just import the particular class, or you can import all the SQL Alchemy classes available in the SQL Alchemy. It's fine. Anything you can do. After that, what you should have to do, I'm just creating a variable. So this is a common statement. I'm creating a variable called engine. It's a connection variable. Okay. Now I'm using this class create engine and passing the parameter to connect MySQL database. What should be the parameter? That should be PySQL, MySQL plus PyMySQL colon, and over there my parameter should be present. With after colon we have double slash, then this is my username root, then is the password, username colon password @ server name colon port name. Okay, slash our database name, data training. Database name we can omit to, then it will be connect in the parent directory, just like this one. But now I'm just directly entering over here. Okay, so this is the command to create or establish connection by Python from this Python PyCharm window to MySQL database. Anyone is telling anything? Okay, I found lots of people joined. Yeah, we have started a bit early, not early, just 4 minutes after the meeting started. So if you missed anything, please find the thing in recording of what I'm just going to have a quick words. So what I'm trying. So yesterday we have finished, we have left off the things for how to create the data frame. So yesterday, if you see yesterday's class, we have created the data frame on top of a list. We have created a data frame on top of a particular dictionary. We have created a data frame on top of CSV. There are lots of options available. I have also showed the same thing. Just put PD or pandas df data. This is a variable df data frame pd dot put read underscore. There are lots of file systems available, just like SQL, CSV, HDF, HTML, JSON. So you can put any file system, maybe stored in your local or maybe stored in your cloud. You can just import the same thing and create a data frame. Pandas is so much powerful, it can read any file format and convert it to our data frame. Okay. Now, one of the most important steps what we are going to cover, maybe okay, now we are learning extraction. So the day before, I mean, Python starts, we have learned what is ETL tool. In ETL, E stands for extract. That means a ETL tool can extract data from the source system. So as we are using Python now as an ETL tool, so we are doing the extraction from different source system. So yesterday we have covered how to extract data from an external CSV file. So we have extract data from CSV file and we have successfully able to create data frame in Python. So today we are learning, we are creating a data frame into Python by connecting an external database and pointing to a table, we can create a data frame. So this is the command we are able to successfully connect to my MySQL database. Okay. Now I can read any table. Suppose let me read this table. Uh, Employee table was fine there. Okay. So let me read the entire table. How to do that? So now I'll be creating the data frame equal pd dot read SQL query or SQL table. Table, if we put table, we do not have to put the entire query. So I'm passing this query select star from employee. It will be reading this query and the output should be stored in data frame. Just we need to pass another parameter, the connection engine, where we have stored the thing in this particular variable. Okay. Let me run it. Yeah, it's successfully executed. Let me print the result data frame. Yes, here is the output. So you can match the output from here to here. It's totally matching. Okay. So we are able to successfully connect a database. It's not only for MySQL. Over here, as we have installed MySQL, uh, we have started the demonstration using MySQL. That's why we have just connected MySQL. If you have different source system or different database installed in your machine, or maybe when you are in a live project, there you can connect lots of several databases as your source system. Then the similar kind of stuff should be there. SQL Alchemy is a universal. I mean, you can connect lots of tool, that is fine. But this can be modified, especially instead of MySQL, you need to put the different database. Maybe it's Oracle, maybe it's MS SQL Server. You need to put the database, separate database. And this naming convention should be almost same. So first, it should be the username, colon, password, at the rate, the server where the database is been installed, particular port name. If your database is mentioned over here, you can put it. Either you can put the database over here. Okay. If you run this now, it should be throwing an error because it will not be able to found the employee table properly. Now you can put the thing over here. So you can put the database name in either way. Okay. Select star from data training. So after logging into the database, it can start checking data from here. Okay. So you are mentioning specific database name over here, rather mentioning it over here. Anything you can do. Or you can do both of the things. There'll be no issue as well. So it's not for employee table. All the tables available over here, it will be successfully able to read it out. Okay. Any doubt? This is very important concept. Today we just learned. So we created another way to create the data frames from an external database. Okay, and those are all the things, all the connection parameter. Maybe when you are in live project, they will be having classes. For this thing, they will be creating a class and they will be just passing this thing. or some complex things should be there. But the basic things that we'll be going to cover, this is the main stuffs. Any doubt so far? Anyone? No doubts? Okay, that is fine. So those are the different things. We can create the data frame. That means we can able to extract source data into our Python environment. Okay. So we have extract the source data in data frame. Now we can go ahead with transformation layer. So ETL is covered. I mean, the possible scenarios, we have covered 4 or 5 scenarios over here. Different scenarios to pull source system data. Now we'll be going ahead with extraction. Extraction is covered. We'll be going ahead with transformation. So as we have converted everything into data frame, because data frame is easy to transform. Okay. So might be there are lots of data frames. When we'll be pulling data from the source system, we can have each of the data frame containing each of the subject areas of tables. Okay. So maybe it's employee table. Maybe I can put another one. Suppose DF1. I'm reading employee detail 2 in DF1. Okay. Okay, it's also fine. We have read it out. DF1. Okay. So this kind of lots of data frame we can import it, and based on the required condition, whatever transformation is required, maybe we need to join between multiple data frames. We have to union between multiple data frames. We need to aggregate some data frames and all. So when we can pull all the data frames into our single Python environment, we can go ahead with the transformation layer. So I'll be now starting the transformation. The first topic of the transformation is indexing and slicing of data frame. Okay, let's take only one data frame. That is the data frame. And we'll be doing the manipulation on top of data frame. How the data can be handled within data frame. That should be our main topic starting from now. Okay, the first topic is indexing. So if we print the data frame, you can see by default index is getting generated. That thing we have also told in yesterday's class. Index means the row number is been generated 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, just like this kind of row number. If you could remember, at the last day of SQL, not last day, the day before last day of the SQL, we have learned the Windows function. Over there, we are doing the ranking operation there, row number, ranking, dense rank, those kind of stuff. So the similar kinds of stuffs is there, but it's by default. They're giving a row number, which is a row identifier for each of the row. That is called index. Okay. So we can set it. We can set, suppose I do not want this kind of index. Rather, I just need one of our column, or combination of column should be my index. Okay. Here you can see employee ID is also unique in nature. It can be also used a row identifier for the entire data set. So we can use how to set it. So you can put, okay, let me do one more thing. So we can limit the row number over here in our visualization by put head. By default, head will show 5 rows. Why I'm doing this? I'll be showing you. Yeah, at 5 row, I'm just limiting it to 2. Okay. Why I'm doing this? Because this is the original data set and I'll be doing the manipulation on top of that so that you can have a clear picture of what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. So this is the original data set. Now I'll be doing the operation df dot set index. Okay. Set index. I'll be want to set index from one of my column. Suppose employee ID I want to put. Okay. It can be stored in another data frame called df1 or anything, or we can directly print it. If I print it, then that should be already moved to temporary data frame. Yes, you can see the changes now. This is the main data frame where the index was 0, 1. Now I have set index to employee ID. You can see employee ID has been shifted a bit left and the column, the particular thing has been changed as a index position. So there is no other index. You have converted the index to employee ID. Okay, that's the thing. We can put multiple columns as well. So there you need to declare the things in a list. Employee ID, comma, suppose employee first name. Combination of columns as a data frame. You can see employee first name has also been shifted a bit left and down. Okay, so the combination of two things can be used as a index. Okay, so this is the thing. Suppose I have stored this thing in a separate data frame called df1. So if you, this is our df1 now. I have missed one bracket. Yeah. So if you want to reset the index again, then you just put to reset index. Okay. So reset index, it will be bringing back the old index. Okay. So set index, reset index, those two things we just learned. Df data frame dot set index, it will be setting a index. If we just, want the default to be back again, then use reset index. Okay. So any doubt for indexing part from anyone? Nothing. If there is any stuck point, please tell me. Maybe you already know the thing. Then it's maybe redundant, but it can be brushed up your knowledge. If it is not redundant, then I think it should be interesting to you to learn it. Okay, indexing and slicing. Slice means, okay, slice I haven't covered yet. So slice is a common word we have learned it in SQL as well. Slice means if we just want to filter on top of column level. So I don't want to see all the columns at a single go by printing data frame. Rather, I just want to see maybe employee ID, employee first name, and his salary, his or her salary. These three columns I want to see. Then how to print it? The command should be df over there. This square braces should be there. Within the square braces, if we just want to print only one statement, then I do not have to declare any list. Okay, I just print it on top of that. You can see only employee ID has been printed. Okay, if I just want to print multiple things, we need to enclose this thing in a list. The first square bracket, it's not a list. This is the square bracket of data frame. We have to put the column name inside the square bracket, but this is not a list. Now I'm declaring the list. This is the list. Okay, inside the list, put several column names, whatever we want to print. Okay, so we can able to slice the data frame. This is the original data frame. Now I am able to slice it. Means I am able to get only these three columns in my visualization. Okay, this is called slicing of data frame. Any doubt? Okay, hope no. So maybe people are dropping off. Maybe it seems boring. But if there is anything, Soumya, Lakshmi, Pratyusha, you're feeling boring, so I can skip those or uh, anything you can. I mean, if there is any stuck point or anything, please try to tell. Okay. Now, what is filtering a data frame? Filtering means filter based on the rows. Okay, so we can just like slicing, we have done the filtering part on top of columns. I want to see particular columns only. The same kind of stuffs we want to put filter on top of rows. We want to see limited rows in the data set or data frame. So which kind of just like whatever we have covered in SQL, where we are doing the clauses after putting where clause, where employee ID is this, where salary is greater than this. So this kind of filter we are putting in SQL. The same kind of stuff we'll be doing over here. The syntax will be modified. So what should be the syntax? df, the same square bracket we need to put. Inside the square bracket, put the condition. Suppose I want to see the data for only the IT employee. So df dot department DEPT. This is the DEPT equal IT. Okay. So this is the syntax. So the outer side data frame is the main data frame, and this is the condition I need to put. I need to check the entire data frame's record, and this is the where clause by which the row should be limited. Now I'm putting a print operation on top of that. So this is the data set I can see. The department, we are only able to see the department for IT. Okay. So here is a, option how to do that thing. We can put multiple conditions by putting AND operation or operation. Just enclose this first condition in bracket, first bracket, then put a AND. This is the logical and put the second operation. So maybe I want to check whose salary is greater than 50,000. Okay. So def dot salary data frame dot column name is greater than 50,000. Okay, this is second clause. So you can see the row has been limited again to this two. Earlier it was only one. One of the person is having salary 50,000. So, but I have put the condition greater than 50,000. So only this two has been selected. Okay. If there is any doubt or any stuck, kindly tell me. Okay, let me do one more thing. I can update this filtering part. I'm just removing it and declaring a mask called m, a variable, and I can pass this entire thing over here. It should be having the same output. Now let me show you one thing. It's a concept of filter in data frame, how the thing is getting filtered. If I only print m, I'm not printing entire df, I'm printing only m. M means that condition. I'm printing the condition. The condition is not imposed on the data frame. Okay. So what it's giving me the output, it's giving me two output, the row index and the particular row index. They're putting a boolean, whether it's true or it false. So based on the conditions, it's checking which particular row should be having the identifier true or false. So as per this condition we checked, it's returning two rows. So what are the two rows? This is the 0th rows, this one, and other things are false, false, false. The seventh one is true. So the 0th and 7th row should be returned. So if we just try to print the condition directly, it will be showing us which row should be returning or which row is been assigned with boolean true or false. So if the same thing can be imposed on top of data frame, it will be simply returning the entire rows. That's it. Okay. It's a very important concept actually. Now let me show you something. If we want to slice and filter in a single statement, how to do that? In SQL, we can put select individual column names from table where the filtering condition. Over here, how to do that? We just need to use a particular thing that is called df.loc. Okay, df.loc, this command. Over there, you need to pass the thing. First of all, this we can put m directly. M means this condition, comma, the slicing part within a list. Maybe employee ID, employee first name, employee last name, and okay, date of birth is fine. TOB, and all the things should be enclosed by quote. Otherwise, it will be throwing an error. Okay, so this is slicing part. We can slice the thing, and we are also going to impose the particular condition. But we cannot use this thing direct in data frame. So we need to use df.loc. Yes. So our filtering is also applied. It's 0th and 7th rows. And I'm able to check the particular sliced columns. Okay. This is the way to check it. Okay. So filtering a data frame, slicing part, indexing part is covered. To the last topic I'll be going to cover. The transformation is left. We can cover it. The rest of the transformation, the aggregation functions, lots of things are left. We'll be covering this thing tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Today we'll be covering the last thing for sorting. We want to sort the data frame. Let me remove everything. This is our data frame, or we can put 6 columns over there. Okay, this is our data frame. I want to sort the data frame based on a particular column. Whatever I have done this thing in SQL query, order by. You can see order by clause was there. Select start from table, order by particular column name. Maybe it's ascending. By default, it should be ascending in nature. And if we want to put it in descending manner, we just have to use descending, DESC keyword over there in SQL. Similar kind of stuff we can do over here. But the sort can be done over here in two ways. Okay. So sort by index. We have already an index. So we want to sort the data on based on index, which is already there. So by default, it's ascending in nature. So it's the same thing. Whatever we are seeing for data frame, we can able to see the same thing over here too, because the index are sorted in nature with ascending manner. If we want to see it in descending manner, just we need to pass this parameter ascending equal false, boolean false. Okay, then it should be descending in nature. Okay, and all the things should be applied accordingly. It's not only it's changing this sorting part, but the other things are same. It's not the case. Each row identifier is identifying each particular row. So when it's going to be sorted, it should be picking up its corresponding rows, and that should be also sorted over here. We can do the sorting stuffs based on some data frame column values. Okay, then it should be sort by values, and we can put the respective column name. Suppose I want to sort it based on salary. Okay. Sorry, just need to put another. Okay. So you can see sort by salary. You can put it similar kind of stuff, ascending or descending, anything we can do. We can put ascending equal false here too. Okay. So the maximum will be coming first. Or we can put multiple statement or multiple suppose department, multiple scenarios as well. I mean, multiple columns name based on multiple column names, we can also put sorting operation. Okay. Okay, it's showing an error. Okay, we have put two column name over here, but we haven't put it this thing in a list. So here is the application of list. We have to declare this thing in a list. When there is multiple values, multiple columns we are declaring, then need to put this thing in a list. Some question is here. Yeah, Lakshmi. So this is maybe yeah, we have already started it. So this is our fifth class, I think, for Python. Okay. So if you are missing it, then you can find this thing in recording. You can check the recording, or you have to wait for the next session to be started again. It should be started, I think, within next week. So then it should be started. First of all, SQL would be started, then Python.
So where can I find the recordings of SQL?
Everything is there in the, I mean, WhatsApp link. In this WhatsApp link, they used to provide it. or you can find it in the group description as well. I think this is the playlist. They used to put it, actually, the admin team of Teradata, they used to put it. But I think this is not the updated one. You can quickly post the question to WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
So what is the updated one? They will be helping you. Okay. And after checking this, if you are facing any stuck point or anything, we can definitely, I mean, try to consult the thing over here. But the basic things is clear, then that should be very much helpful to you to understand the thing. Otherwise, it will be a bit tough. But you can check the recording, and if there is any stuck point or anything, we can quickly discuss it over here. Okay. So where was I? So we are able to sort it properly by this sort values or sort index, sort the entire data frame. Okay. So those are the all stuffs we have covered today session. Tomorrow, lots of things we'll be doing for the transformation, especially joins, concatenation. Concatenation means, I mean, appending, or rather, you can say union. Whatever we have done in SQL union, union all, the same kind of stuffs we'll be doing over here. Tomorrow, we can do lots of aggregation stuffs. We can try to include new columns in a data frame. We can have lots of, I mean, other things as well in tomorrow. Let's see. So the transformation will be continuing in tomorrow's session. And after that, we'll be going ahead with loading stuffs. How to load the data frame into external database, maybe whatever uh, things we are doing now in transformation. After transformation is completed, we need to load the data frame into database, maybe with a different table name, or maybe we have to save the data. We have to save the data in a file and send the file to customer mail ID, or maybe in shared location. So we need to also learn the thing how to write the data frame in file format. Okay, so this should be coming under load. So extract, transform, load. Let's cover transform first within 1 or 2 more days, and then we'll be covering the load stuffs. Okay, so those are the plan for Python. Any doubt from anyone? Pratyusha, Soumya, Lakshmi, I think you felt, yeah. Pratyusha, you were telling something?
Yeah, like
Sorry, Pratyusha, it's echoing a bit.
listening it for the very first time, so I felt a little difficult to understand. Maybe if I do a better practice, then I would be able to get the things.
Yeah, check it, please. Lakshmi, maybe it's a bit new for you if you are using Python for the first time, not sure. So it's very basic as well. It's not very hard. The code is very simple and it's understandable. I'll
Yeah,
be,
I'm understanding it.
yeah.
I know a little bit. Yeah.
The functional knowledge you need to know. If you know the function, the writing of the code is not very tough. Actually, if you know what kind of function we can do by Python, and what can be, how to put this thing, just like class name dot method name or this kind of stuff. If you understand this thing, then you can search it in web as well. I am a developer over there, but I do not know all the methods available over here. So I need to also check the things from web too. I do not know what are the things, what are the different functions, what are the new functions they have introduced in a particular package. So sometimes we have to check also the documentation. But if you have the basic things, I mean, very basic things are clear, then we can quickly search it in web as well. And we can put it quickly over here. That's all. Okay, and Samya, everything is fine to you?
Yes, sir, it's fine.
Okay, that's great. Okay, then let's connect tomorrow with some more insights on top of data frames, data manipulation, especially. Thanks everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.